I guess we'll skip right to the final play. And, when Michelle Maher came off the court, she said, that's just how you drew it up, right? And I think it was really – actually, we did get the shot we wanted. I thought Michelle's shot had a really good chance to go in, and Mallory just had the understanding to play the rebound. You see that a lot. I bet there's as many buzzer beater winners on offensive rebounds there are just on a normal shot. So I'm really proud of course, Mallory and our team to kind of gut that one out. I mean, we couldn't stop them to save our lives. I mean, could not stop them. And you got to give them a lot of credit. Camilla Carter, Josie Fisher, Rachel Reinhardt did a great job attacking the basket. And I'm pretty disappointed in our defensive effort. I mean, I thought we would take the momentum we had in that Omaha game and really bring that forward defensively, and we just could not keep them in front. We could not keep them in front. And the good thing about our team is we can put up enough points that we still have a chance to win in those games. And I thought we did a really good job getting the free throw line in the second half. And that was probably ended up being the difference in the game.
Obviously, like you mentioned, play was drawn for Michelle, but is there an option for Mallory, because she was all over the offensive glass? She had about 8 offensive rebounds tonight.
Right. I mean, I think that was more just the 8 offensive rebounds. That's pretty impressive. But that's just what Mallory does. And we always talk about when we do our situations in practice, we talk about playing all the way through that horn and focusing on that rebound. We actually talk about it more defensively, because a lot of times the defense is turning just to watch whether the shot goes in and the offense is going after the ball. But Mallory actually set 2 really good screens in that play, and like I said, really hustled after the rebound. And funny thing is, she had missed a couple layups throughout the game, so for her to hit that little awkward 3 or 4 footer was pretty impressive.
Other than when you had that 11-point lead, it seemed like you guys were struggling to just pull away from them. What did you see out of them defensively that kind of prevented that?
Well, I don't know if it was as much what I saw out of them defensively as what I saw of them offensively. I mean, we just couldn't stop them. I mean, I felt like they scored every possession. And we could not guard that high ball screen, and credit to Chris. He's kind of known for that. He finds one thing that really works and just, makes you figure it out. And we tried about 3 different things on it. Second half we switched a lot of those screens, which I thought was working a little bit better, but they still were able to make plays. They got that back door on us a couple times. So just when you're having that much trouble getting stops, it's hard to pull away in the game. And again, I thought offensively we played pretty well. The other thing they did a really good job is handling the ball. I mean, we're a really good turnover margin team, one of the top in the nation. We only turned them over 5 times, and we had 14 turnovers. So I think that was another reason that they were really able to hang in the game.
What was the key to really kind of play up-tempo most of the night? Because you guys, from the start, you guys were getting the ball off a make, off a miss, dead ball situation. You were one pass and you guys were up the floor. Was that something you wanted to go after them, maybe either wear them down or get them in foul trouble?
Yeah, absolutely. And really, we're just better when we're playing that way. I mean, it's kind of part of our mentality to push the ball. So play with a little more pace. We were doing a good job passing up the court, and got a couple layups early, which I think really helped get that 10-point lead. But then they kind of settled in their transition defense and got us slowed down a little bit. And like you mentioned, from there the game was back and forth.
What is it about Fort Wayne Western games where every time it's like this?
I think that we're a little bit similar teams. I mean, we both are going to have a hard time getting the marquee post player, that you'll see at some of the especially bigger city schools or the Dakota schools that really have that big recruiting pull in the Dakotas and Minnesota. So I think the fact that we're similar teams, we kind of play mostly with skill as opposed to size and physicality. It just ends up turning into a battle. And we both attack the basket a lot. So, it makes it hard on the officials. What do they call, what do they not call, that sort of thing. You're right, it just always comes down. I always think back to that tournament game where they hit the buzzer beater twice to send it to overtime. Seems like ever since then it's been a good game with them.
Other than that last play, what were your thoughts on Boyle's play tonight?
Sorry?
Other than that last play, what were your thoughts on Boyle's play tonight?
I think, like Scott mentioned, her offensive rebounding. I mean, that's what Mallory does, to get, 8 offensive rebounds. That really extends possessions. And then, to have 5 assists and 1 turnover at she's playing a forward 4 position for us is really impressive. She's gotten stronger with the ball. She's relaxed a little bit more on offense. So, again, like I said, I'm sure she would have rather finished a couple of those layups early, but I would have rathered her hit the one she did.
When you guys are ahead late in the game, since you play so up tempo, so fast, how tough is it to run clock and kind of slow things down, or is that a point where you say, hey, let's just do what we do, and if we get a good shot, let's take it?
Right. I think most of the time we do a really good job of that. Coach Mentor and I one day were looking at games within 5 points and games within 10 points and how we've done, because you feel like every coach feels like they lose a lot of close games, but what we found is usually if it's a close game and we're up in the last 3 or 4 minutes, we end up extending it out to 12 or 15. I think part of that is that aggressiveness. We try to space them out, but we still look to score. We don't get super passive like some teams do, and I think that's why you often see the team that's behind make a little run to catch back up, is because teams get so passive, and we traditionally stay pretty aggressive. I know Sophie would like to have that shot back that she took, but we're big believers in 2-for-1s, even at the end of the game there where we're up 1. I mean, there's 55 seconds left in the game, so we want to go ahead and get 2 possessions, and I know she would probably have rather got a better shot, but she had 25 and 9, and she got focused back on the next play, so I was really proud of her for that.
Oh,
go ahead. Start with a 4-game road trip against IPFW. What are your thoughts on that?
It'll be a tough road trip, and that IUPUI is always tough. I mean, they've kind of given us fits. Not a great matchup for us. They're athletic, they're tall, they're physical, and this year I think they're fairly skilled too. And like I mentioned, they can play any team close, and that can be South Dakota State, and it can be Denver, who they played in overtime at their place. So I think they're the type of team where if you're hitting shots, you have a chance to win, but if you're not, they can really take the air out of the ball and make everything tough on you.
Second straight game, you guys have really dominated the glass. Do you feel like that, I don't want to say you guys have figured that out, but that you've kind of got an idea of what you want to do, and those adjustments are really kind of starting to take hold? Yeah,
we're doing better. Especially for how far or how small we are. Especially that Omaha game. Fort Wayne's a team that traditionally hasn't rebounded really well, but Omaha is a team that's just killed us on the boards at their place. So to see that improvement on the boards, I'm proud of. A lot of that was our defensive adjustments, but Fort Wayne took advantage of those today. So the way we were guarding ball screens, they really did a good job taking advantage of that. And Chris is a guy who watched a lot of film and figures out a way to give his team a chance to win.
Malin, when's the last time you made a game win?
I never have. It was definitely my first time. It was really exciting.
What did you see on that play? Obviously, it was for the lob to Michelle. Was it just a spot where you kind of got lost from your defender, because you were kind of right on top of her almost there at the end?
I mean, I knew we needed to score, and I knew I had to go crash the boards and get a rebound. And when she missed it, I had the opportunity, and I just put it back in.
Another game towards the end where you just couldn't find a run to kind of separate yourselves from them. What did you see from them defensively that made it so tough to get one of those runs?
I would say that I thought we played a good offensive game. I would say that it was more their drives, that their push on offense, that is why they stayed in the game. I mean, I think we were moving the ball well. We were playing pretty well on offense, but they were just able to drive hard on us tonight. But we ended up with the win. So,
Sophie, you've been here for games with Fort Wayne for a few years. What is it about those guys and you guys where it just seems like every year, every game, it's always a battle? It always comes down to the last possession.
I think we match up pretty well to them with size comparison, and they're known for shooting their 3, so they're a very similar team with offense and defense, and I think that's just how I've noticed every year, and just like the competition on the court and everything, it's equal, so just you got to figure out how to win.
Second straight game, you guys have really dominated the glasses. Do you feel like you figured out this rebounding thing? Or, I mean, you guys were up the whole game and you got a ton of second chance points. Do you feel like that maybe you're starting to turn that into a strength where it was a weakness earlier in the season?
I think it's definitely becoming more of a strength of ours. It's something that we talk about every practice after those games when we would lose the rebounding battle. It's definitely something we talked about and what we've been working on. So it's definitely becoming a strength of ours, and that's nice to see because it's helping us win games for sure with those second chance points.
You mentioned their ability to just get to the basket. You guys look like you tried several different things. Like you weren't switching the first half. You're switching the second half. You even tried a little bit of zone. But yeah, you were able to get the stops when you needed to. What were you able to do on those possessions where you did get those much needed stops?
We acknowledge that we can't guard every team the same. I think we tried what worked best with Omaha in the beginning, and we transitioned into something that was going to work and was going to get us to be able to shut them down. And so I think we just have to realize that right off the bat instead of, in the second half and give you guys a nail biter.
Was the plan to really push the ball? Because all night you guys were getting it and you were going, and it looked like towards the end of the game it was really successful because you had them in foul trouble. You were getting to the line late and knocking down your free throws. Is that what something you talked about was made shot, missed shot, let's get the ball and let's get up the floor as soon as we can?
Yeah, actually, in our last game, when we were watching film, we saw that we ran the floor on them well in that game, so we knew that we could push the ball this game, and that's what we tried to do, and I think we executed well.
Another chance for redemption up next against IPFW. What are your thoughts on that one?
I think that we need to really use our strengths and not play down to their strengths. I think we really need to utilize what we have on the team and guard them to what people are doing that are successful. And I think we really need to just focus on defense and watch film and get this win.